Hey guys, Rusty here. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Cool, hey. Hey guys, Rusty over here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to complete the normal mode for the pet battle dungeon for Stratholme. Now, this is really easy. You're basically going to use 3 Zandalari anchor renders for most of the fight. You want, ideally, 3 speed over power anchor renders. However, I do use 1 power over speed 1. You're also going to want 2 Gleam Hoof Fawns for one specific part of the dungeon, as 3 ankle renders cannot handle it. Now, as always, I'm going to show you where to get these pets. However, there will be timestamps down below in the description you could click on for each specific pet battle. But I am going to show you where to get these pets. So let's start off with the Gleam Hoof Fawns. You're going to head over basically that southern area of Val'sharah in the Broken Isles. You're going to have all these Gleam Hoof Fawns, like they're all over the place. Just fly around or ride around if you don't have Legion flying for some reason until you find them, capture one. For the Zandalari ankle renders, head over to the Isle of Giants in Pandaria and farm out the Dinomancers. They have a chance to drop 1 of 3 pets. One of those pets, I believe it actually might be 4. One of those pets being the Zandalari ankle render. Both these pets can also be bought and sold on the auction house if you don't feel like farming them out. Again, you want ideally 3 speed over power ones. However, I do use 1 power one here. Now, these pets do need to be level 25 and also need to be rare quality. If you don't have that, you can head over to the Legion pet vendor in Dalaran, and this lady here sells the stones for the BFA pet tokens. Now, let's learn how to actually start Pet Battle Dungeon. For the Horde, head over to this dude here, this goblin area, basically your faction's pet vendor or pet seller. Head over there and he's going to have a quest for you called the Wrestlestead. Pick that up, and for the Alliance, head over to the middle of Borealis, or the center area of Borealis here. You're going to have Tizzy Gearjolt, who's going to give you the quest for the Alliance. After that, it's going to ask you to head over to the East Wall Gate in Stratholme, and waiting there, you're going to have Sean Wilkers. I feel like that's, I don't know, I feel like it's a special name or something. Anyways, he's going to have a quest for you called the Terrors of Stratholme. Except that, he's going to basically have a dialogue option. Talk to him. He's going to send you into the Stratholme dungeon. Now, let's start it off with Belchling. Now, any pet that has 3 pets for you to fight, the frontline pet will always be the same. For example, it's Belchling. The back 2 are going to be completely random every single time. Front the same, back 2 are random. But the gist, you're just going to do the same thing every single time for the most part. You're going to immediately start off with a Black Claw and then use Hunting Party. This ooze guy, don't worry about it. He's going to throw a dot in you, and then he's just going to die, pretty much. Because the Zandalari Anchor Renders are menaces. Look at this thing. It absolutely annihilates anything in its path. Now, my Anchor Render here is pretty high health, so I do decide to switch it out. I honestly should have just put Black Claw on him and then just use my number 2 ability, Leap. But this works out too. So I switch it out, and then I do the same exact thing where I use Black Claw, and then I go ahead and use Hunting Party. That crit doesn't matter because it's still going to die in 2 Hunting Parties anyways, because these things are absolute units. Like, look at this. It's dead. 444 damage per Hunting Party. Is absolutely insane what these things should do. Now, you can see my Ankle Render here is low health, so I go ahead and just use Black Claw on it. Since it's about to die anyways, I might as well just get the buff on him. Once he's dead, I go ahead, summon another full health Ankle Render, and then take a guess what we're gonna do. We're gonna hunt this thing to death, and absolutely, and like, I don't, like, these things are deadlier than a hydrogen bomb, dude. Like, look at this. It crushes it. That crit doesn't matter again. It's gonna go ahead and kill it. Now, next one, you're gonna have your Sludge Belcher here. I decided to start off with a speed ankle render here since I am using a power one. Started off with a Black Claw. My hope was that he would drag in my power one, and I did get lucky when he swapped it out and he didn't bring it in. However, again, it doesn't matter if you use 3 speed ones. In fact, that is actually the ideal situation. But it doesn't matter. I'm going to just head in there with the Hunting Party. It's going to go ahead and do very little damage to start, but it doesn't matter because my second Hunting Party is going to absolutely take him down. Now, he is double debuff with the increased damage from Hunting Party and also Black Claw. I'm going to go ahead and use Leap one more time before those both expire, and it's going to do a lot of damage. Now, that ability there is random. He could either swap it out, which is the ideal situation, in which case you want to use your Black Claw in a Hunting Party, or he might just cleave. If he cleaves, just go ahead and use Black Claw, and he should switch it out the next ability. Again, Black Claw, Hunting Party goes in. It's going to do a little damage to start. That's fine. It doesn't matter because the second round, the Hunting Party is going to absolutely annihilate him. Now, ideally, if you get lucky, it'll bring you below 50% health, and that'll kill him off. If it doesn't, just go ahead and use Leap one more time. And then, of course, him being an undead pet, once he dies, he's going to come back for 1 round. So you can attack, or you could just pass. It does not matter because as soon as that debuff expires, he expires. Simple enough. Let's move on to the next one. the Wandering Phantasm. Now this one's a little bit special. You don't want to start it off with the Black Claw. Again, as you see, the back 2 pets are random. Go ahead and start it off with a leap, and then immediately with another leap, as you want to try and get in as much damage as possible. Black Claw requires some setup to do that first. And the reason for that, he's going to use Haunt and jump inside you until either your pet dies or that debuff expires, so you just want in as much damage as possible. Now, once the second pet is brought in, this is where you want to do what you've been doing basically every single time. Immediately start off with a Black Claw. I got a little bit lucky here and again got brought below 50% health for the Beast passive activation. But honestly, even if it doesn't, this Tormented Spirit should still just die from Black Claw and a Hunting Party. Like, how has this not been nerfed yet? This is absolutely insane. You could do 90% of this dungeon with Zandalari Ankle Renders. It's kind of funny. Anyways, as soon as your first Ankle Render dies, go ahead and bring in another Zandalari Ankle Render. Now, this Wandering Phantasm is really low. I'm not sure. I probably should have just double leaped there just to kill it off. However, I was worried it wouldn't be enough. So I go ahead and play it safe, Black Claw, and then I use double leap here, and that's going to kill it off for the first time officially. Now, him being an annoying... I hate undead pets, dude. They're just a nuisance. He's going to go in. Now, if there's another pet, don't pass. Go ahead and use leap, as that'll ensure that you get the speed attack. You'll get the first attack for next turn. However, it didn't matter there because my pet died anyways. Now, 1v1, I got lucky here with it being Gargi. Gargi is a terrible pet. It does like no damage, so I'm just gonna start off with Black Claw and then Hunting Party and absolutely annihilate him. Like Gargi, like he throws some rocks and shit that does like 200 damage. I mean, it's absolutely pathetic. This is a pathetic example of a pet going up against the beast of a Zandalari Ankle Render. That heal doesn't matter because he already died from the Zandalari Ankle Render. Absolutely annihilated. Now we're gonna move on to the Crypt Fiend. Now it doesn't matter even if you have the speed patch for the Ankle Render. This boy is fast. Crypt Fiend is a fast boy. He has his Nikes on, so you're just gonna go. It doesn't matter though. You're gonna go ahead and do what you've been doing. Basically, his Hunting Party, except his Hunting Party sucks because it doesn't debuff you. So you're gonna go ahead and throw Black Claw. Now he's gonna put some brittle webbing on you, which every time you deal damage, you take damage. Don't worry about it though. It's not a problem. You're just gonna go ahead and use Hunting Party. That heal. Doesn't matter. That crit, it shouldn't matter. It should still die off anyways, and if it doesn't, just go ahead and use Leap, and that'll kill him off. And again, at this point, it's an undead pet, so you're just waiting for his debuff to expire, and then he's dead. Go ahead and use Leap there, just so you can ensure. Hey, look, Gargi's back, by the way. You know that crap pet? You're just going to do the same thing you've been doing. I'm going to go ahead and use Black Claw here. I was hoping my Ankle Render would actually die there. Now, this was a bit of a mistake. I should have used Leap there, and then Black Clawed again. So I actually lost some damage here. The reason for that is now it's going to be at 2 rounds of Black Claw left. If I had Black Claw, Leap, then Black Claw, it would have been at 3 rounds. So don't do what I did. Anyways, once your pet is dead, go ahead. It should have at least 2 rounds of Black Claw left on him. Like, I didn't even need 2 rounds of Hunting Party there. These Ankle Renders are so beast that they just kill him in 1 round of Hunting Party. Now, it is still going to trigger the second Hunting Party there. Doesn't matter because I already had the undead debuff on it. Again, that heal doesn't matter. As soon as an undead pet dies once and that 1 round debuff expires, it will die. It could heal the full, it will still die. Now, I do decide to switch here since I have 2 very healthy Ankle Renders, and this guy is pretty much just a dot machine. Just do what you've been doing. Go ahead and Black Claw. He's going to basically put on Death and Decay under you, as well as the Falling Bones, which are just 2 dots. Don't worry about it. Black Claw, and then immediately use Hunting Party, just like you've been doing. This guy is a dot and life-stealing machine. However, he doesn't steal enough life to survive the onslaught of a bunch of Zandalari Ankle Renders charging him. Like, it's absolutely insane how much damage this thing can do. Again, I'm so shocked this thing hasn't been nerfed yet. Anyways, you're basically just waiting for any undead pet. Just go ahead and pass at this point. As long as you have a healthy pet in the back, once you kill the undead pet, it's rarely ever an issue. Simple enough. Anyways, we're going to move on to the next one, which is going to be Liz here, the Tormentor. This fight is a joke. Now, I decided to start off with my Power Ankle Render here. She's going to go ahead and basically do it. She does a lot of AoE. You're just going to do what you've been doing. Immediately start her off with a Black Claw. Then she's going to do like a different type of AoE here. This one is a little annoying because it does debuff you with less speed and also 25% reduced damage. However, it doesn't matter because you're a freaking Zandalari Ankle Render and this thing is a menace. Go ahead and just use Hunting Party, and ideally you'll be brought below 50% health to do increased damage. Now, after the second Hunting Party, sometimes that Leap can get in. If it gets in, you're just going to do extra damage. Basically, you get 1 less turn to fight. However, if your Ankle Render dies, it's not a big deal. You're going to do exactly what you just did with the first Ankle Render, Black Claw, and then immediately use Hunting Party. Again, sometimes that first Ankle Render won't die. You could get that Leap in. If it does die, just do what I did here. Black Claw, Hunting Party, and then you're just going to go ahead and kill her off. She's a complete joke. Now, the next pet battle is going to be the diseased pets. Now, be careful when running in front of that gate there. You can actually run through, and then you're locked out, and you have to do every single pet battle over again. I know from experience. So you want 2 Gleam Hoof Fonts here. I had 3 here just in case, but I only needed 2 here. You should only need 2. Now, you're going to use 3 abilities. You have a Hoof, Headbutt, as well as Nature's Ward. This is all about keeping your Nature's Ward up. Whenever that's about to expire, just reapply your Nature's Ward. It's going to be very important. Now you're going to have 8 pets total here. Once you have an undead pet, just spam Hoof. Okay? Spam Hoof, since it does extra damage against undead pets. Now, the best time to refresh your Nature's Ward is when you have this undead pet here. So once it already dies once, it has its undead debuff. You might as well just reapply Nature's Ward, since it's just going to die from the undead debuff anyways. Now, again, there's 8 pets total here that you need to kill. And there's also going to be critter pets, in which this is where your Headbutt comes in. Once you go up against a critter pet, just go ahead and headbutt it, and that's going to do a ton of damage. However, it does have a 4-round cooldown, not a big deal, and then you can go ahead and finish off with Hoof. If it's on cooldown, just use Hoof until headbutt comes up. And then again, do not let Nature's Ward fall off. Once it's about to fall off, just go ahead and refresh it. Again, you need to kill 8 of the diseased critters and pets total here, and once you kill 8 of them, you're done. And that's where you need your Gleam Hoof Fonts. Your Ankle Renders won't be able to do that. Trust me, I tried. Next pet is going to be the Risen Guard, and basically every other pet from now on is going to be Zandalari Ankle Renders. Immediately start off with a Black Claw, and then he's going to stun you because he's a very bad word. Just go ahead and pass the turn. It's not a big deal. You're just going to do the same thing you've been doing, and just Black Claw, Hunting Party. Is like that stun? He's just delaying the inevitable. He just can't live with himself. He's dead, and you're going to make him re-dead 3 times. Zandalari Ankle Render, Black Claw, Hunting Party. He's going to charge you and then immediately die because he's in the undead debuff. Now, make sure you use your leap there if you can. Now, the KT looking dude, the little mini KT guy, this guy, Zasatini, he's the worst random pet you could get. But even him, he's no match for a full team of Zandalari Ankle Renders. Just go ahead and Black Claw, and if you could get a leap there, go ahead and get a leap. However, if you can't, it's not a big deal. All that leap does is ensure that Hunting Party will kill 100% of the time, kill him. Even though, it's like 200% of the time, because Hunting Party already killed it 100% of the time. Like, look at this. If I got another crit there, I wouldn't have needed 2 rounds of Hunting Party. Now, this guy is just basically, he does a good amount of damage. However, it's still not a big deal. You're just going to go ahead and do exactly what you've been doing with Black Claw and Hunting Party, and then eventually he is going to die. Kind of unfortunate that he did put the speed debuff on me before he goes off. However, I'm just going to go ahead and use Leap here, and that's going to counteract that for the next one. Now, for the next one, I got unlucky with the Rotting Scavengers. By unlucky, I mean it's just a waste of time. Like, it's not like it's hard or anything. This guy just takes forever to die because of all the die animations I have to go through. So go ahead and use Black Claw here, and then if your Hunting Party is on cooldown, you could switch to the other Ankle Run here. However, I wanted to be safe since it was an undead pet, because I wasn't sure if I needed my other one to be healthy, and I go ahead and just leap him down. However, that was a mistake. Personally, I should have just switched to my other Zandalari Ankle Render here. Now, as you can see here, he's healing for a ton. I just go ahead and use Hunting Party, since even though the Black Claw is going to expire here, he's already taking extra damage from the Hunting Party, and he's already low enough where the second Hunting Party would kill him. However, again, that was a little bit risky. I should have just switched earlier to my other Zandalari Ankle Render, and that would have 100% confirmed the kill. If I got an unlucky crit here, or he unlucky crit me, there's a good chance I could have died. Anyways, just like every other freaking undead pet, you're just waiting for the debuff to expire and for him to die. Simple enough. Now, the next pet is going to be Terry. I knew it. Everyone who is named Terry is evil. It's right there. It's true. Anyways, this guy is going to heal for a lot, and I was a little bit worried. Anyways, you're going to start off like you always do, Black Claw and Hunting Party. He's going to put a Necrotic Bomb on you that does AoE to all your pets and heals him for some of the damage they take. And he's also just going to be naturally healing from all the other abilities he does. Now, I was a little bit worried. I thought the Ankle Renders weren't going to be enough. However, I was wrong. I should never doubt a Zandalari Ankle Render. They're absolutely insane. You're just going to do what you've been doing. As soon as that one dies, go ahead, summon in another Zandalari Ankle Render. If you are using Power 1 here, make sure you do use Speed 1, since I believe he does have more speed than the Power 1s. I'm not 100% on that. Anyways, just go ahead and do what you've been doing. Black Claw, and then immediately use Hunting Party. And then he's just going to get absolutely annihilated. No amount of healing is going to be able to save Terry here. Like, again, if you're, I'm sorry, but if your name is Terry, you're probably going to be doing something evil in your life, okay? You're going to absolutely annihilate Terry. He's going to come back for one round being an undead nuisance. He's going to try and heal himself, but it doesn't matter. It's over. The fight is over. Him being an undead pet, as soon as that debuff expires, Terry's going to get his hat knocked off, and he's just going to absolutely get annihilated. Simple enough. Now, this part's kind of cool. You're basically going to take control of this Sludge Belcher. I'm glad they added this in, and just clear the area. There's no danger of dying here. Like, if you manage to die by pulling everything, I'm impressed. Good job. Nice job. Amazing. Anyways, once you kill everything, the doors to the slaughterhouse are going to open. Head inside. You're going to have two very easy pets to deal with. Now, the first one is going to be Tommy the Cruel. Like, Tommy, by the way, it doesn't matter if you're using a speed one. Tommy the Cruel here, he is fast. He has his Nikes on, dude. Anyways, you're going to start off with everything that you've been doing. Everything that you've been trained to do throughout this entire pet battle dungeon. Black Claw, and then immediately use Hunting Party, and then you're done with the fight. Kind of. You do actually have to use one leap here to finish him off, but it's not that big of a deal. He actually does a decent amount of damage, however, he's still kind of easy. Just go ahead and finish him off with your last leap, and that's going to trigger the undead buff, or debuff. And then go, I mean, like, you could just pass here since it is only one pet. However, I just wanted to BM him a little bit and add in that extra leap to kill him off. Simple enough. Again, Tommy is really easy. Now, the next pet is going to be Huncher, and I'm going to give you guys one guess of what you're going to do, and if you figure it out, well, the chances are you already beat the dungeon. Anyways, it's obvious. You're just going to immediately use Black Claw, and like Sludge Belcher early on, he's going to switch your pets out. Not a big deal. Black Claw should already be on him, and then immediately you're just going to use your Hunting Party again, and then you're pretty much, basically you're just going to do a repeat of what you just did with Tommy. It's literally the exact same thing. Once your Black Claw, or excuse me, your Hunting Party expires, just go ahead and use Leap, and that's going to finish him off again. Leap does a lot of damage while he's double debuffed. Yeah, at this point, you're just waiting for the undead buff to fall off, and then Huncher here is going to go ahead and die. Now, once you kill both of those pets, you're going to get Mega Sat by some Mega Rogue, and you're going to watch some RP, and basically they're going to diddle the horse and buff him. Now, Blackmane here, you get a little bit baited here. Like, Blackmane seems like he's going to be an easy fight. I mean, he still is, but he seems like he's going to be a joke of a fight, and then he goes from a joke of a fight to just an easy fight. Anyways, started off with what you've always been doing, Black Claw, and then Hunting Party. He's going to do like kind of like an AoE Hunting Party where he hits your backline pets. However, it doesn't debuff them, so you're no danger of dying. Like, again, if you manage to die to that, I'm impressed. Anyways, Black Claw, Hunting Party is going to go ahead and kill Blackmane off. Now, you think Blackmane's going to die, which is why I was a little confused at first. Nah, they buffed him, dude. I love that model. I know it's just a mount model of the horse, like Midnight's model, recolored, but it's awesome. Anyways, my Hunting Party was on cooldown there, so I just go ahead and immediately use Leap. And I do decide just to reapply Black Claw before my Zandalari Ankle Render dies. Make sure you do that, as the reason for that is, well, it's simple. You're just going to go ahead and summon another Zandalari Ankle Render, and since Black Claw is already on him, you're just going to go ahead and use Hunting Party. Now, that buff that he has there that lasts for 98 rounds, that is going to turn him into an undead pet here. So as soon as your Zandalari Ankle Render does his second Hunting Party, it should be enough to kill him off. If it's not, for whatever reason, just go ahead and use Leap, and he will die, or at least it will trigger his undead buff, in which will eventually kill him off. And then, guys, that is it. Final boss fight is honestly a joke. Simple enough. And that is it, guys. Anyways, I really hope this guide helped you guys. This is just the normal mode version. I do have plans to make a guide for the challenge mode version, as well as the 2 world quest mobs that do spawn in this area. So I just wanted to get this guide out for you guys, like, right now, though. I didn't want to wait for the challenge modes as well as the world quest modes. Anyways, guys, I really hope this guide helped you. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. You can also check out my channel, which I will leave linked down below in the description for you guys. And again, thank you guys very much for watching. I really do hope this guide helped you. Before I go, though, I just got to make sure you all know this is so important. I love you.